Okay, so stage 2 is pretty simple as well. We're going to get super talismans, which are going to upgrade your power, which is going to make things a little bit easier. And the second boss fight, there's a potential quick kill. Again, it's pretty simple. So again, same deal, you're just going to be jumping through. I want you to try and stay on the top half of the screen, because otherwise you'll have blocks above you and you'll hit your head. So again, don't be afraid to move about midair. I'll just show you here, if you get trapped under here, it's a little bit slower, so you should prefer to stay on the top. You've got these lobsters. You can use the lobsters to kill these guys as well. And you'll notice a Changshi, a hopping vampire here, and a window. And then we're going to go on the top here. Across this long platform, and then to this one here. And what you're going to do is you're going to stand on this platform and get a lobster to come down and kick it away. Like that. And if you notice, this razor blade is red. That means you've got a super talisman. Now you can trigger them from under here. It's just like you've got to kill a lobster in this area. Don't panic if you don't get it here. If you want to just move on, you can still get a super talisman upgrade in stage 4. But it is generally worth taking a moment to try and get it here, because these are going to be far more powerful and they'll kill the other enemies more quickly. So you got that there. Try and show you that again. So just killing a lobster in this area will do it. Let's just see if I can trigger it from below as well. Give you an idea how that works. So let's say I go down here by accident. I'm still moving along. You see? I'm still getting a super talisman there. So just kill a lobster in this general area, it'll be good. Just also mention, because I forgot to mention before, your power meter gets refilled at the start of every stage. So don't worry if you finish a stage low on health. So across this long bridge, that's almost the entire length of the screen, that's your cue to kill a lobster. If you fall down, don't worry about it. Still kill the lobster, and there's your talismans. So we're going to move along. That's interesting, I didn't know that. Apparently you can get a super talisman there by killing that guy. I should mention that could be because you've killed a few enemies and you're now just getting super talismans. So ignore that one. That's just because you've killed a few things and you're getting more of them to use. But we're going to make a save state and we're going to look at the boss, which is like Marceline the Vampire from Adventure Time. And we've got this ghosty vampire who is moving across the screen in a pattern, like an X shape. And again, you can bounce off the walls, but what you need to do is kick her when she's flying. And then she'll change position, and you can get her again. So once you know what you're doing with this one, it's pretty simple. Just remember which direction she's going. And again, try and go on the right hand side when you finish the stage. If you're too early like that, and you may not hit her, try and show you that. You notice she didn't take damage the first time I kicked her there. And again there, because she hadn't started flying, I didn't take damage. So that's the second boss, not too hard. However, there is a quick kill. So let me just pull up my notes here. Very unprofessional tutorial, lol. So, Marceline, as I call her, you can freeze her in one spot if you kick her at the correct moment. And it's a lot easier than I thought. It turns out that you can buffer it very easily indeed. I find it's best to do it from this spot here, when she's in the top right corner. You can do it from the bottom, but I haven't looked into it. It's like it's a bit more finicky. So, let me see here. 67.45. 6:7:30. Bear with me. 34. So 34 to 47. Okay. So, what I've done here is I've frame advanced from this position. And what I'm trying to show you is that when Marceline is from this position going upwards, from here you can jump kick. And she will stay in the same position. So, you notice she's in this position, I'll do it again. And again. And again. And you can stun lock her in this position like this. So the good news is that you can press kick as soon as you're in the air, probably even on the same frame. Let's test that. No, it needs to be maybe one frame delay. Let's have a look. Yeah. So you can kick like one frame after you launch and you'll get your kick out. So let's have a look at the positioning for this. The top of her head is down here, and she's moving up, and she's moving up. And she's in this position here. This is the earliest position from which, if you do a jump kick, you can get her to stun lock. And you can successfully do it for 15 frames, 14 frames. So here is good, all the way up here. And her head is touching the very ceiling of the screen here. Even from here, you've still got 2 more frames. This one and this one. So from here, if I now do a jump and kick, it's still working. But if I advance far enough to this frame where she's still on the ceiling, this is now too late. So I'll try and do it. So that's a little bit too late. So basically, anytime that Marceline is in the top half of this brick and she's rising, is when you've got time to be in position to jump kick her. And it takes a bit of getting used to the timing. But you can soft lock her like this pretty simply. And if I just take a particular frame here, let me check which frame I was using earlier. 45, okay. So from this frame here, where I'm jumping, once you do your jump from this position, you've got over half a second where you can press your kick button. So if you're nervous about it, the main thing is to jump early and don't worry about getting your kick in. So if I jump now, I don't actually have to press my kick until even as late as here. So you've got plenty of margin, basically. Just make sure to jump early. Try and get your jump in before she bunks the head of the screen here. I'll try and show you a good example of what it looks like in real time. Didn't get it. You see a bit of it can be a bit finicky. Try again. Okay. So it seems that you have to be sufficiently far rightwards as well, so try and line your hair up with this darker bit here. Try again. That's a bit far. There we go. Takes a bit of getting used to, but you can learn it. And as you see, the main thing is to jump early before she bunks her head on the ceiling. So that's stage 2.